friends, it's Mr. Alex from Adams Memorial Library, and I'm here with a very special Star Wars Day celebration activity. So, lately here at the library, we've been talking an awful lot about making paper airplanes. And that really got me thinking that I wondered if I could make a paper airplane that looked like a Star Wars spaceship. Now, as it turns out, there are a lot of people that have had similar ideas, so after a little bit of research and some help from friends online, I was able to find a great pattern to make a TIE Fighter paper airplane. So if you'd like to follow along and make your own TIE Fighter paper airplane with me, you can come here at the library, either at the front desk or curbside pickup, and we'd be happy to give you a Star Wars Day celebration packet that's gonna look something like this. And in here, there's all sorts of recipes, activities, and most importantly, the materials to make your own TIE Fighter paper airplane. So let me show you what all we'll need to make these paper airplanes, and then, as usual, we'll go ahead and get started. So, in order to make our Star Wars TIE Fighter paper airplane, we're gonna need just three things. The first thing that we're going to need is a rectangular sheet of paper, and I have mine here, right out of my Star Wars activity kit from the library. The second thing that we'll need is a paper clip, and I also got this from my Star Wars activity kit. I took the paper clip holding it all together, and now we're gonna use it when we're making our paper airplane. The final thing that we're gonna need is some crayons, markers, or other supplies that we'll use to decorate our paper airplane and make it extra special and unique to us. So go ahead and gather all that up, and we'll get started making our paper airplane. Alrighty, so now it's time to begin folding our paper airplane TIE Fighter. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to take our rectangular piece of paper and we are going to quarter it like this. We're gonna take this side here and fold it over to this side, just like that, and give it a nice sharp crease. And then we're gonna open it back up and fold it the other way, like this, and give it a nice sharp crease. So this way, when we open it back up, as you can see, our paper is quartered into 4 different sections. Now, we're gonna repeat that process, taking this side and folding it over to this side, and then taking this side and folding it down. Once we've done this, again, we wanna make sure everything lines up. We wanna crease it off nice and sharp, and we'll have something that looks like this. Now, the direction that we orient our paper for this next step is very, very important. So what we're going to wanna do is we are going to take this corner and we're gonna take this crease here at the top down into a triangle. So I'm going to do it first so that it's folded properly, and then I'll take it to the camera and show you what that looks like. Alrighty, and that was probably a little bit difficult to see, so I'm gonna show it to you here on camera. What I did was initially we had our paper quartered like this, and we had the open side here, open side down at the bottom, and the folds here and here. Then we're gonna take this corner, open it up, and flatten it down into a triangle. And we're going to do so in a way where this line right here lines up with the bottom line on the rest of our fold. So again, we have our quartered paper like this, and we're just gonna take this corner down to the center and fold it so that we have something that looks like this. And that is the first step to making our TIE Fighter paper airplane. Now we're going to flip, like the pages of a book, this side over, and we're going to repeat the exact same step, taking this corner down to the center and making another triangle. Now it is important that we keep our sections or our pages of our book here fairly lined up. So as you can see, these two are pretty even, and we want to make sure that this one that we fold here is even as well. So we're going to take this and we're going to fold it down the same way that we did first time. Again, making sure that the line down the center of our triangle lines up with the center crease of the rest of our project, just like this. Now, at this point, we have 1, 2, 3 folds on this side of our project and only one on this side. So we want to make sure that we go ahead and even that out. So again, just like the pages of a book, we're going to go ahead and turn this over so that now we have 2 folds on this side and 2 folds on this side. So at this point, we're ready to make the next step of our project. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this point and fold the whole way to the bottom here, right along that center line. Now, I will say that this paper that we have here is pretty thick. It is construction paper, so you may have a lot of layers to work with, so you just have to be patient and try your best not to tear any of the individual layers. But we're gonna go ahead and take that point right here, down to the bottom, and gently give it a nice sharp crease. Then we can open it up, and what we've created is a guideline for ourselves, where we can then take this top point down to the line that we just created, again, following that center crease, and gently crease that off as well, giving us something that looks like this. Then we're gonna go ahead and fold that right on down, just like this, so that we have the basis for our paper airplane body. Then this next step is where having a lot of layers is gonna be really, really tricky, so you wanna do it very gently. We're gonna take and fold our paper airplane in half. And you might see, especially right at this point here in the front, that your paper airplane has started to tear a little bit or the layers have started to separate, and that's okay. I've had a couple of my paper airplanes do that. As long as they still hold together, it'll be perfectly fine and it'll still fly. It's just a side effect of having so many layers on this part of the paper. So we're gonna go ahead and fold that in half very gently and give it a nice sharp crease, making sure that everything lines up perfectly. Alrighty, so now we have something that looks like this. We're gonna take and fold each side of our wings down. So we're gonna take this side, fold it down like this, and give it a nice sharp crease. Then we're gonna turn our project over and do the same, folding this side down to make the wings on this side of the paper airplane. And again, we want to do this as gently as possible. We are working with a lot of different layers, and we want to do it in a way that our project lines up as best as possible. As you can see, mine's not totally even, but it is pretty close, and that's important for making our paper airplane fly as best it can. So now we have something that looks like this, and we're really getting there. It's starting to look like a paper airplane, but it doesn't quite look like a TIE fighter yet. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is take on each side of our project the wings, and we're just going to fold them in like this so that they fold right along this line, and this line here on the wings matches this part on the front of our plane. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat on the other side. Just folding it in so that this part of our wings meets this part on the front of our plane. Then we're going to go ahead and open these up, and on each side we're going to flip one side of the wings down and crease that off, and flip the other side of the wings up and crease that off, giving us something that looks like this. We'll flip our paper airplane around and do the same thing on the other side. One flap going up and one flap going down. And now we have a paper airplane that, with a little bit of folding, looks a lot more like a TIE fighter. Now, as you can see, some of my wings are kind of facing in toward each other, and that's okay. What you might want to do is get a piece of tape and tape across to hold the two halves together, and that can help make it extra sturdy. Now that we've got our paper airplane folded, the last step that we're going to do is take our paper clip that we had earlier, and we're just going to put it right over the front of our paper airplane. Just like this, so that it not only holds our paper plane together, but also gives it a little bit more weight like flying. And now we've got our TIE Fighter paper airplane, and we're ready to explore the galaxy. But no TIE Fighter would be complete without making it custom and extra special. So this is where you're going to want to take your marker, crayon, or other decorating supplies and decorate your paper airplane to look like a TIE Fighter, or however you'd like it to look, to be part of the Star Wars universe. I'll show you what mine looks like at the end of the video. And after grabbing one of our Star Wars books down in the children's room as reference, I took my paper airplane and I decorated it exactly like a TIE Fighter, right out of Star Wars. Now, my paper airplane flies pretty well, but more importantly, I'd love to see how your paper airplane flies. So make sure you send us pictures. Normally, I'd have you send pictures on over to us at kids@adamslib.org, but this time we actually have a Google form explicitly for Star Wars Day because we're giving away some great prizes. What we'd like you to do here at the library is send us a picture of how you celebrate Star Wars Day. It can be by making a paper airplane, just like mine, maybe reading your favorite Star Wars book, or dressing up in costume. You can even do some of the activities in the kit that we've provided you here at the library. But however you celebrate Star Wars Day, may the 4th be with you all.